All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to another MLB The Show 21 stream here on Twitch. I'm NextJGGen24, and today we're going to be continuing on with the player programs that are here in the 7th inning. We're focusing on the latest one to be added, which was John Smoltz. Now, the last time you saw me, I ended up going 3.5 hours to grind out the wild card postseason program. So we got that done. Chris Taylor's on the team. So now we're going to turn our focus over towards John Smoltz. So I'm going to complete him. And then if we have time, I do have Wade Davis's evolution program that's here. So I definitely want to try and get that done. But first and foremost, we gotta get John Smoltz done. So let's take a look here. So first one, we have to pitch 2 innings while striking out 3. So I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. It was not a particularly fun weekend for me. I mean, I did work a lot of hours on Saturday, a 12-hour shift. I'm not saying that's fun. I'm not saying it's not fun. It's something that I had agreed to, and I was going to do it. So that's not what I'm complaining about. What I'm complaining about is the way that my sports teams happened to do this weekend. And I'll start with Penn State because, I mean, to me, it seems like this Penn State is nothing without Clifford. They're nothing without him. So if he's hurt long term, if he's going to be out for a couple weeks, I don't see how Penn State beats Michigan, Ohio State. I mean, if they don't get their act together, this team could easily fall outside the top 25. And then we're talking about a whole different situation from when Penn State was. And look, it's inexcusable that what happened. Okay, they were up 20-10 when, or 20-13 in the fourth quarter when before I left work. How the hell do they end up scoring another field goal and a touchdown? How does Iowa do that? That makes it makes no sense, and Penn State had no answer. Why? Because Clifford was not there. If there's no Clifford, there's no offense. That was clear. So to me, that shows the lack of depth behind the starting quarterback. Alabama, if their quarterback went down with an injury, if their top QB went out, then it would be the next guy up. There'd be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But Penn State, it was like we went from an 86 overall QB to a 69 overall QB. But the talent gap was unbelievable. And if you know that's going to be much of a difference, why aren't you trying to run the football? Wasn't Penn State known at one point of having some of the best running backs in the country? You know, Silas Redd, Saquon Barkley. What happened to the running back program? You're telling me you can't rely on your running back to do something? Or is it that you can't rely on your offensive line to do it? It's like as soon as Clifford was out, that O-line mentality just changed. So I don't know what happened with Penn State, but I can tell you that they're lucky they're even still inside the top 10. But the reality is that they're going to have to beat Michigan and they're going to have to beat Ohio State if they want to even come close to the top 24 or top 4, excuse me. What definitely helps is Alabama's loss to Texas A&M this past weekend. And I mean, I've seen Alabama get upset by some of the most unlikeliest of opponents in the past. This team is just, it feels like they feel like they're too good to fail, and that's their own undoing. So whenever they take a loss to an unranked team like Texas A&M, I mean, it's crazy. And people are all shocked. Well, I'm not shocked. Alabama touts itself as one of the best college football programs in the country. And I wouldn't say they're wrong about that, but I am saying that they feel like they can't be beaten. And this past weekend shows that they can be. To me, if I'm the coach of any college football program, I'm playing like it's the last game of the season. Or I want my players to go out there and play like it's the final game. Leave everything out there. Leave nothing to chance. And when your number is called, you better be ready. If you're not, next guy up. And he better be ready. And I'll keep putting in players until I get somebody who either steps up or I'm down so bad that it doesn't even matter at that point. So that's the way I feel about college football. You know, is that rough business? Absolutely. But you know what? These players need to understand that just because they're in college and they believe that their jobs are safe because they're one of the top players, they play like they could lose their season tomorrow. That's the mentality. So I'll say I'm incredibly disappointed with Penn State that they lost. I am happy that Alabama lost. So now this is an opportunity for Penn State, because they didn't go down far. You know, this quarterback that they have now, if Clifford is out long term, this quarterback better get ready. You know, Clifford is not going to be the quarterback next year. So this is an opportunity for that backup QB to be ready for next, and not just for this season, but for the next season. But from what I saw on Saturday, it didn't look like he was ready. And honestly, that scares me, especially considering that Penn State still has to go up against Michigan, still has to go up against Ohio State. It is rather... it's just... it's frustrating. It really is. So, let's hope for the best for Penn... I'm hoping for the best for Penn State, but the reality is that this loss just kind of showed the weakness that they have at their QB. And unfortunately, that's a weakness that cost them an opportunity to stay in the college football playoffs. Who knows? They could be ranked number 2 or number 1 right now. But they're not. They're ranked 9th. So they have Indiana. This seems like a good team to bounce back against. Let's see what happens. Now, on to the NFL. Okay? This is actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and redeem why am I a Jets fan? Because that's basically, I'm basically about to go on a rant. This is, like, absurd. So, why am I a Jets fan? That's a very good question. Okay? Why am I a Jets fan? Because, see, last week, you would have thought there would have been a lot of momentum for the Jets. I mean, not only did they pick up their first win of the season, they picked it up against the Tennessee Titans, who are pretty much the team to beat when it comes to the AFC South. So this is a team that is in the playoffs. This is a team that went to the AFC Championship 2 years ago. And they beat them. So you would think that with that kind of a win, yes, it was in overtime, but at the same time, you have to understand that defense stepped up. Quincy Williams, they stepped up. John Franklin Myers stepped up. They stepped up, the defense stepped up, and finally, we see the potential from Zach Wilson. Throwing a deep pass to Corey Davis that gets them into the end zone. And more important, you know what's more important than that? Zach Wilson's got out of the pocket. Holy shit, so at least he knows how to do that. That's a good thing. So you would think that with all that momentum heading into Atlanta, and Atlanta coming off of a tough loss against the Washington football team, you would think that the Jets would have it in the bag. You know, Atlanta hasn't been good this year. I mean, they've showed signs of potential, but in reality, Matt Ryan is past his prime. And it's time for Atlanta to think about, you know, getting another quarterback, because I don't see how Matt Ryan lasts much longer in the NFL. I think he got as close as he could, but this is not a team that's going to end up winning the Super Bowl again, winning a Super Bowl, or even going to a Super Bowl again anytime soon. But alas, Matt Ryan plays. In this game, he plays like he's in his freaking prime, like he's in like it's the first half of the freaking Super Bowl against the Patriots. He has one of his best games. And he didn't even have to rely on some of his top receivers. All he did was just dump it off to Kyle Pitts. That's all he had to do. And he did it, and he took advantage of that. The Jets had no answer when it came to Kyle Pitts. And honestly, I see why. The dude has speed of a wide receiver, yet has the body of a freaking tight end. I can see why they may not be able to account for him, but that's no excuse. That is no excuse. It's also no excuse that the Jets didn't even score, not only in the first quarter, but in the first fucking half. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Not even a freaking field goal? The Jets couldn't get a freaking field goal? Against the Atlanta Falcons, they couldn't do that. That's unreal. This team needs to understand that there are two halves to a football game. Two halves. One, the first half. Two, the second half. There are two halves. You cannot just play like crap in the second half or in the first half and expect to come back in the second half. I'm sorry, you can't do that. You know why you can't do that? Because you get into holes like the Jets were, down 17-0, and basically needing 3 touchdowns to come back. Like, I like Zach Wilson. But he ain't no goddamn Jesus. He's not going to perform miracles. So, and then, and look, I'm gonna cut the defense a little slack here because there was one call in the game that I think screwed the Jets from the beginning, and it was a roughing the passer call in the first quarter. That instead of the Falcons being being 3 and out, they get a first down and score on that drive. I think it ended up being a field goal. It might have been a touchdown. But they get a roughing the passer on Nathaniel Shepard, I believe it was. And it was nowhere close to that. That was bullshit. All right? Pure bullshit. Because, look, I played football for for one season, so I'm not saying I'm an expert or anything, but I played a defensive line. I was a lineman, and when you tackle someone, okay, your body at that point, once you wrap them up, that's it. They're going down. Now, tell me if you think that this is a roughing the passer call. Matt Ryan has the ball in his hands. He sees Nathaniel Shepard coming at him. He throws the ball. The ball hasn't left his hand, but he manages to get it off just as Shepard wraps him up and brings him to the ground. Can you explain to me how that is roughing the passer? The commentators justified it by saying, oh, well, the full weight of the body landed on the quarterback, so that justifies the roughing the passer. What? That's the reason for roughing the passer? I'm sorry, but when did we start having pansy quarterbacks? I understand we don't want people to get hurt. I understand that. But if you're telling me that that as I'm going to tackle someone, tackle the QB just as he throws it off, that I'm going to get a flag just for tackling him because the full weight of my body landed on top of him? I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. That is the worst excuse for a penalty that I have ever heard. Absolutely ridiculous. And I am truly pissed that the referees did that because they should have had that. They should have had that for a 3 and out, and instead the referees just gave Atlanta another freaking chance. So that's where I'll cut the slack. But that's where the slack ends. Because, like I was saying with the offense, they couldn't get anything going. Hell, the first possession that they had was a 3 and out. 3 plays. They didn't even get a first down. It was like 3 plays, they're done. And I'm sorry, but this is not a team that can play the one half, because you can't. You either have an offensive explosion equaling that to the freaking Kansas City Chiefs or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then the second half you're all defense, or you play offense and defense for the full 4 quarters. Not 2 quarters, not the last 2 quarters, the full 4 quarters. It absolutely pisses me off that this is the team that was expected to beat the Atlanta Falcons. How the NFL Network analysts were saying that the Jets were going to win. And they didn't. And for anyone that says that that was the curse, that right there is when they knew that the Jets weren't going to win, I'm calling horse shit on that. I'm calling horse shit. You cannot say that just because analysts believed that the Jets were going to win, that they ended up winning. Or they ended up losing. That's bullshit. Horse shit. I'm sorry. So, the reason that the Jets lost is because they couldn't play all 4 quarters. Instead, tried to come back in the second half, got to within 3, and then their defense was tuckered out at that point. Because this is a defense that was basically being run over by the Atlanta Falcons offense in the first half. Then they finally put in an effort and stopped the Atlanta Falcons, but you can only do that for so long. You can only do that for so long before the team finally breaks through. You know what needed to happen? They needed to protect that end zone. On the second to last drive, okay, the Jets had a freaking opportunity that if they had just held the Atlanta Falcons to a field goal, the Jets could have gone for a touchdown. They drove down the field. They got there. They just couldn't put it in the end zone. But with that being said, they got there.
The right fielder, number 3, Ryan.
So, you know, I truly believe this team knows how to come back when it matters most, and I can appreciate that. But if you don't put yourself in that kind of a position, then you don't have to do that. But you need to play offense for the first 4 quarters. Otherwise, you're going to put a lot of pressure on your quarterback, on your offense to come down the field in the 2-minute warning, and that's going to burn a lot of timeouts. And this is, and how are you supposed to pull off a comeback that way? You can't. So, not unless your name is Tom Brady or Eli Manning. You can't do it. So for the Jets, that was disappointing, to say the least. They should have beaten Atlanta. Why all of a sudden they decided that they were just going to, lay down and let the Atlanta offense completely run over them, I do not know. But I can tell you that that's not what the Jets needed. So who's next up for the Jets? Since I'm ranting about them here. Next up is the Patriots. Okay, so the last time, the Patriots held the Jets to six points. 2 field goals. I'm not expecting any miracles here. I'm expecting Mac Jones to do exactly what he did against the Jets the first time around, and he's going to beat him again. Zach Wilson will be pressured once again. He's gonna make a lot of mistakes, and the Jets are gonna have no offense. So, and really, that's why this game was so much more. This game was so important. So important for the Jets to win, because at least you go into Foxborough with a couple of wins under your belt. Now you have a little bit more confidence that you can beat the Patriots. You might not be able to pull it off, but at least you have that confidence that you could. And things might be different the second time around. But this loss against Atlanta, I think, demoralizes the team. And there's no way they go into Foxborough with any kind of confidence other than the fact that they're going to lose. It is sad. It really is. I just... This is not the team that I grew up watching, I can tell you. I watched Chad Pennington and Santana Moss, Lavernius Coles, Chris Baker, Jonathan Vilma, John Abraham, Sean Ellis. I watched these guys absolutely dominate. Even though that they didn't beat the Patriots, they didn't win the division, they were competitive. This team has not been competitive in a decade. How sad is that? And the closest that they came to competitive was 2015. Other than that, this team has been basically screwed. And this isn't even on the Johnsons or the general managers or the coaches or the players. This is just like, this is a stark contrast between the Jets of the early to mid 2000s to the Jets today. It is sad. It is so sad. They can change the uniforms as much as they want. They can wear those black unis and claim that they're defending Gotham City or whatever. Claim that they're the Dark Knights. I think they're dark dumbasses. They think uniforms are going to change anything. Give you that little bit of swagger. Now, you get swagger by getting wins. And what the Jets don't have right now is wins. They only have one win. And I'm not sure that they're going to be able to get more than one. They could probably become the first team in NFL history to go 1-16. So, that's my rant about the Jets. You know, it's just, it's frustrating. It really is frustrating. Alright, I need to get a win against the Atlanta Braves on All-Star. It's frustrating as a Jets fan. It is very, very frustrating. Where are the Braves? There they are. Put it to All-Star. Nope. Whoops. Go back. I always want to be the away team. Unless it's something pitching that I have to do, then in which case I'll definitely, I'll definitely be the home team. But otherwise, I always want to be the away team. Well, since we're talking about the Atlanta Braves here, I have to say I am quite surprised that they were able to escape Milwaukee with a win. I mean, good on them, I guess. I really don't want to see them win a World Series because, like, I've come up with this stat, okay? Every team in the NL East has won a World Series since the Mets last won theirs. So, I believe the Braves were 96, the Marlins were 2003, you had the Phillies in 2008, and then you had the Washington Nationals in 2019. And I really do not want to see another NL East team win yet another World Series. You know how many the Mets have won since '86? None. How many have they been to? 2. This team is 2-3 in World Series appearances right now, which may not seem all that bad, but when you consider the fact that the Mets have not had a World Series since '86, it's terrible. So I'm not rooting for the Braves to fail. I just don't want to see them win a World Series. I don't want to. I'd rather see the Giants or the Dodgers win it. So they're going back to, I believe they're going back. They're playing Game 3 tonight. If I'm right here. Oh, they already did. In fact, the Braves just won. Okay, so they beat Milwaukee 3-0. Now they have one game. Now they're one game away from going to the NLCS. Okay. I think Boston is also one game away from. Yeah, Boston's one game away. And then Astros and White Sox got postponed. Let me tell you something, guys. I work in news, and we had to. I had to cover a presser from Oklahoma on some of the damage that was sustained during the massive storm last night. Which, I pray to all the people out there that they made it through safely. It sounds like there were no injuries or deaths or anything in that, which is obviously a good thing. So I hope it continues that way. But this storm was nasty from what I saw. And it's only going to get worse it's only going to get worse tonight. So, I'm not incredibly shocked that the Astros-White Sox Game 4 got postponed. So they play it tomorrow, or they play it on... Or they play it, they play it the same day as Game 5, if that's necessary. I mean, that will be kind of hard to do, considering that you're going to have to go back to Houston. You can't play on the same day. So in all likelihood, tomorrow is going to be the makeup day, and then if Chicago wins, then it's back to Houston. But if Houston wins, then they're just going to wait for whoever's the winner of the Braves Red Sox or the Rays Red Sox series. Excuse me, I'm stumbling over my words there. I was surprised. I thought we might see a few sweeps here and there, but we're not seeing any sweeps. And I don't think we're going to see it in the AL or NLCS. I don't think we're going to see any sweeps. Now, who's going? I'm kind of surprised that Boston is one game away. I figured they would beat the Yankees, or I had hoped that they would beat the Yankees. I thought maybe the Rays would be a tougher opponent for the Red Sox, but it took the 2 games. Which is not a good look for the Rays. If they're trying to build a dynasty, this is not... You don't want to be in the World Series the previous season, and then the following season you get eliminated in the divisional series. So this is not a good look for the Rays if they were to be eliminated. So I think the Rays have to come back if they want to show that they're contenders, but I do think that their credibility has been hurt. As far as the Astros go, I mean, one game is not exactly a backbreaker for them. But I will say that if they lose game 4, I think the Astros' credibility as far as winners of the World Series is going to come into question as well. Giants and Dodgers, I figured that was going to be a back and forth series. I wouldn't be surprised if this game goes to a game 5. Atlanta, I'm sorry guys, but I've seen this bullpen. This bullpen, it's not lighting the world on fire. I don't have confidence in this bullpen. You know, no one in the bullpen is, other than Will Smith, is making me think, wow, the Atlanta Braves are a really complete team. They might win the World Series. So, again, we'll see what happens. But as far as the Brewers go, I just don't know. Going down 2 games, being on the verge of elimination when you could have taken 2 games at home, it makes me question whether the Brewers are serious World Series contenders. So we'll see what happens tonight. We already saw what happened. The Braves took game 3, so now there's tomorrow. So if Atlanta wins, then they're moving on to the NLCS. If they lose, they're heading back to Milwaukee. And let's not forget, guys, they still have to go through either the Giants or the Dodgers, who have been 2 of the best teams in the MLB this season. I was hoping that would have gone over the wall, but I can't be that lucky. Still, we managed to drive the run in, so good on Chipper Jones for doing that. No, he didn't. Thank you. Was that umpire yawning? Like, it just seemed like he was yawning, like he was bored. Like, oh, finally some action. Oh, no, he didn't go. So, I don't know, guys. It's a very, very interesting dynamic that's going on here. Of course, I've been wrong with sports predictions in the past, so, you know, maybe Boston does pull it off. Or maybe, you know, the freaking White Sox make the ultimate comeback and beat the Astros. Attaboy, Chipper. Maybe Atlanta is on to the World Series. I don't know. I can only say that I don't believe that the Atlanta team is capable of a World Series title, mainly because of that bullpen. I mean, talk to the New York Mets how critical a bullpen is. They'll tell you 2015 they learned that lesson hard. And they could have closed out a few games, and they didn't, and that ultimately cost them the 2015 World Series. Not saying it's completely on Jerry's Familia and all that, but you know, the bullpen did not help when it could have closed out a few games. Strike 3, sit down. And I don't believe that this Braves team has a bullpen that can win them the title. I just don't. There's nobody in there that makes me say, hey, this is no doubt their closer. They're going to win the World Series. Just seems like that bullpen has been shaky all season. Especially when you go up against teams like the San Francisco Giants or the Los Angeles Dodgers, that bullpen is going to be key. And if you don't have that, if you don't have the bullpen that can shut those teams down, I'm sorry, but I don't believe you're getting past them. And if you do, I'd be incredibly shocked if you go on to win the World Series. Now I need to focus on this game. But I'm done ranting about sports. Oh, one more thing I gotta discuss, actually. Bray! Hey! What's up, man? Welcome back. How you doing, man? I was just talking about the, well, I talked about a lot of subjects. I talked about Penn State losing to Iowa, excuse me. I also talked about the Jets losing to Atlanta, which should have never have happened. Then I talked about the playoffs as they sit. And now I want to talk about the NASCAR race at the Charlotte Roval, because that's another playoffs that's going on, man. Another playoff we got to talk about, and this was dramatic. Like, okay, I gotta tell you guys straight up, I was never a fan of the Charlotte Roval. I feel like that was a makeshift track road course that NASCAR made up just so they can have a road course in the playoffs, as opposed to moving Sonoma or Watkins Glen into the playoffs, or freaking adding new tracks to the circuit and putting them in the playoffs. Like they added Circuit of the Americas, they added Mid-Ohio. They added a lot of new tracks, new road courses, and yet they kept the Charlotte Roval. And I've never been a fan of it. But let me tell you something. That racing that I saw yesterday, holy shit. I mean, damn. That is about as dramatic as the playoffs get. I mean, you have drama between Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott. You have drama between them that goes back to the previous last race in the round of 16 at Bristol, where they touched and Kevin Harvick cut Chase Elliott's tire down. Chase Elliott held up Kevin Harvick so that Kyle Larson could get the win, and Harvick decided he wanted to get his payback at the Charlotte Roval by wrecking Chase Elliott. Yes, I am calling it right now. Kevin Harvick wrecked Chase Elliott on purpose, decided that he wasn't going to get into the next round, basically ruin his chances. And you know what? Karma came back to bite him right in the ass, because he overshot the turn and took himself out. Let me tell you something, guys. Karma's real. Karma is very much real. Kevin Harvick could have just ran around and tried to wait out the points and everything. He knew he wasn't going to win. He's not a road course specialist. Kevin Harvick never has, not throughout his entire career. But he knew that if he just had a few more spots, he would have been in the playoffs. Instead, he decided he wanted revenge was more important to him than getting into the playoffs. So he took his revenge, but karma, like I said, came back. He overshot the turn, took himself out. And as Chase Elliott said, have a merry off season and a happy Christmas. Which, by the way, go on to chaseelliott.store.com and you could go pick up those T-shirts. I tell you what, I've never heard a crowd cheer more loudly for a driver that crashed on his own than Kevin Harvick. I've never heard that before, but you know what? That's what the fans knew, that Kevin Harvick dumped Chase Elliott. They knew. And I don't think Kevin Harvick cares what the fans think, which is fine. You don't have to worry about what the fans think, but just understand that they're the ones that buy your gear, and they see you pulling this shit, and they see that you're not advancing to the championship 4 anymore. Harvick's on the decline. He won the championship in 2014, and he's been in contention for the titles in multiple seasons, and yet the last year he didn't win. He didn't even advance past the round of 8, and this year he doesn't advance past the round of 12. So I believe Harvick's on the decline. I don't know if he's ever going to win another championship. I'll say that last year he kind of got screwed by the playoffs, but at the end of the day, you win a championship based on how well you perform in the playoffs. That's no different than any other sport. All right? Baseball. How is that different from baseball? Mets were good for 2.5 seasons. That was enough to or 2.5 months. That was enough to propel them into the playoffs for 2015, and even send them on their way to a World Series. How's it any different than the NBA or the NHL? It's not different. The fact of the matter is, Kevin Harvick knew that the only way to lock himself in was with a win. He could have won at Las Vegas. He could have won at Talladega, but he didn't. And because of that, now he's out. And now he's out of the playoffs. So people trash this playoff system. Like, I'm sorry, but this is no different than any other sport. It's not any different. So I've seen my fair share of drivers like Jeff Gordon who in 2014 he should have been contending for the title, but because he had a bad finish at Texas, because Brad Keselowski cut his tire down, I'm not going to whine and bitch here and say that Jeff Gordon was screwed. No. The fact of the matter is that one finish ended up being enough for him to be eliminated. And Kevin Harvick, okay, here's another thing with Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick should know that a win is vital to advancing. He should know that. In 2014, he won at Phoenix to be able to advance. That's why Jeff Gordon got eliminated, because Kevin Harvick won. And what did Kevin Harvick end up doing after that? He won the freaking championship. So he should know how the playoffs work. He won the inaugural playoff championship, or won the championship in the inaugural playoffs. So, I believe Kevin Harvick's on the decline. I don't know if Kevin Harvick will ever win another championship. I'm sure he's a nice guy, and I think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. But in terms of a championship, maybe 2014 is his only one. The fall from grace sure is a slow one and a painful one. You know, Kevin Harvick won 7 or 8 races last year. Now this year, I don't even think he has one. Yeah, he doesn't have a win. So we'll see what happens. But that's the one thing I wanted to address. How about William Byron putting himself in position to be able to advance on points? Now, if Byron had won, that would have definitely have screwed Kevin Harvick. No matter if Kevin Harvick managed to get up into the 8th spot based on points, if William Byron had won, he would have been eliminated. But William Byron busted his ass to get to the front of the field. Now, unfortunately, a caution from his teammate Chase cost him. I'm not denying that costed him. But at the end of the day, he was up there. So, you know, and look, William Byron could have whined and bitched about it. He didn't. He took it upon himself. He said, ultimately, I did what I could. And he had no regrets about that final run at the checkered flag. He had no regrets. He gave it all he had. It was either push it or finish in third and still not be able to advance. You know, if there's even a slight chance that you could still win, I think you go for it, especially when your back's up against the wall and a win is what you need to be able to get into the next round. So I say kudos to William Byron for giving it all he had. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. But he gave it all he had. And that's worthy of my respect. I respect William Byron a hell of a lot more for putting on that kind of performance. But with that being said, how about freaking Kyle Larson? Okay? How many sports do you know of a team that has a bad game, basically is considered out of it, and all of a sudden they come back and they could go on to win the race? And that's exactly what happened with Kyle Larson. This is stuff that they make sports movies about. You know, teams that aren't winning all of a sudden go on a run and, you know, come back and everything. and they go to a World Series and they win a championship and everyone's so excited, blah blah blah. Like, that's what sports movies are made of. Yet if you look at Atlanta, you would think that, or not Atlanta, I'm sorry, Charlotte, the Charlotte Roval, if you looked at that race, you would have thought it was a sports movie. But it was real life. Kyle Larson, with a battery and an alternator problem, basically fell to the back of the field, considered at one point below the playoff cut line. Let's keep in mind that this guy has been leading the point standings ever since the middle of the season. This guy has flat out dominated NASCAR since the middle of the season, and there was one point where he might actually have been eliminated. Again, that's the whole craziness of the playoffs. You just never know who's going to be in and who's going to be out, or who's going to win in advance or whatnot. You never know. But Kyle Larson, despite the battery and the alternator problem, comes back and wins the race. Like, unreal. This guy. He could have just had a top 10 finish, and that might have been enough for him. And I'm sure a lot of people would have considered that to be a very successful day if they were able to come back from those kinds of issues and get a top 10. But Kyle Larson just won the race. This dude is on the ride of his career right now. This is his year. And look, it's his year. He has all the momentum in the world. He has dominated this sport, and he's won the last two playoff cutoff races. So look out, Martinsville. He may very well win there, and all of a sudden we could have Kyle Larson as a champion. But with that being said, you know, Kyle, I mean, for Kyle, here's the thing. He has everything to lose. He has a few bad finishes in this round, and suddenly he puts himself in a position where heading into Martinsville, he's under the cutoff. Remember what I talked about with Jeff Gordon? How that one bad finish basically eliminated him from the playoffs despite having 2 second-place finishes in the round of 8? That could easily happen to Kyle Larson. That could easily happen to him. So if I'm him, I'm not getting a big ego. I'm not assuming that I am safe and I'm going to be in the championship 4. I'm going to run out there and I'm going to try and get as many good finishes as I can to ensure that I get there. And by the time Phoenix comes around, if he's the only Hendrick car, you go to Alan Gustafson, you go to Chase Elliott, and you try to pick their brains because they are the defending champions. They know how to win at Phoenix. So if Kyle Larson wants to secure that championship and secure what I call one of the greatest career comebacks of all time, then he better be ready for Phoenix.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and that's the other thing too, guys. Like, let's consider the fact that, you know, last year, this isn't even like long ago. This was just last year. Kyle Larson was out of NASCAR. He didn't even have a ride. Sponsors would not sponsor him. Why? Because he said a racial slur while on iRacing.
ready. Green man.
So for a lot of people, that would have been the end of their careers. I mean, as soon as you say that word, you're done. As an athlete, as a public person, I mean, your life really goes downhill. This is the era that we live in nowadays, is this whole idea of racial sensitivity. And yet, Kyle Larson, first of all, he did everything right. Okay, not only did he apologize for it and promise to get better, but he did get better. He got better. He, as a person, he tried to understand what African American culture. He tried to, he tried to. What's the word I'm looking for? He tried to better himself and become more aware. And you might say, well, that's all fine and dandy, but what about him as a racer if he's not going to be racing? Well, he was racing, and he dominated in that racing. He drove sprint cars, and he won. I think there was a streak of him winning races of like 20 or more. Listen to me, 20 wins in a single year? But that's something not even Richard Petty had accomplished in NASCAR. And Kyle Larson freaking did it. So not only did he keep himself, not only did he better himself as a person by being more aware of racial sensitivity, but he also kept himself ready for racing. Like, he almost had this idea that he was coming back. And he did.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
You know? And again, I'm not saying that people who say racial slurs and, come back and really, like, get their careers back on track. Well, not only get their careers back on track, but excel. Really rocket their careers to the next level. I'm not saying that that's the ideal path for an athlete, no. But I am saying that this is by far one of the greatest comebacks I think I've ever seen. I can't really think of too many athletes who would go through, who would make that kind of a mistake and end up saving their career, not only saving their careers, but thriving in their careers. So, if Kyle Larson pulls this off and he wins the championship, it'll be one of the greatest comebacks in NASCAR history, if not in sports history. So we'll see what happens. But again, like I said, a couple bad finishes, and all of a sudden Kyle Larson could find himself not able to advance onto the next round. So we'll see what happens. But that's a lot of storylines to go through right there. Kevin Harvick versus Chase Elliott. William Byron, all or nothing. And then Kyle Larson with the comeback of the race, if not of the season. Potentially looking at one of the greatest comebacks in sports history. So, 3 races. Texas, I believe it's Kansas, Texas, and Martinsville. Let me double check on that, because I do want to be confident, but I'm pretty sure it's Kansas, Texas, and Martinsville. Oh, I'm sorry, Texas, Kansas, and Martinsville. So, my mistake. So I had Texas and Kansas switched up. But we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens.
Now back. The shortstop, Johan Hargo.
You know, I much imagine that Denny Hamlin is going to have a say in who goes on to the next round, because these two rounds, the round of 16 and round of 12, he's won the first race and he advanced. So if he wins at Texas, he's on to the championship 4. But he doesn't even have to win there. He can win at Martinsville, which I know he knows how to do. Because he basically, he was basically the guy that if Jimmy Johnson or Jeff Gordon wasn't going to win it, it was going to be Denny Hamlin. So Martinsville is another good track for him to, lock himself into the next round. That puts a lot of pressure on the guys that are below the cut line. Because if any of the 3 drivers above the cut line advance and Kyle Larson advances on points, then they're all eliminated. So for those guys that are below the cut line, that's Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and who else? Who is below the cut line? Wait, now I gotta look at my phone again. Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, and Brad Keselowski. Okay. So if I'm any of those 4 guys, I'm assuming that Kyle Larson is advancing on points, and the only way that I advance is if I win.
Now batting, the left fielder, Chipper Jones.
All right, let's get Alright, let's get Rob Nen up and warming. I'll leave Shohei Ohtani in there for now because I do want him to finish this game. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and bring in Rob Nen. Hopefully he's ready. Let's see. Just so that I can make sure that he's ready, I'll do a quick mound visit. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you leave your pitchers in for too long, and I clearly left Shohei in for too long. But that's okay, because so far, it hasn't come back to bite us too much in the ass right now. But let's keep it that way. Excuse me. Strike 3, sit down.
The first baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Strike 3, sit down. Close this out, Nen. I should have also have gotten Mariano Rivera up and warming, just in case that Nen gave up some runs. But at the end of the day, I have confidence in Nen, and it's justified. All right, that's it. John Smoltz's player program is done. Yeah, not that difficult, honestly. Luis Gill and John Smoltz. All right, let's go to the program, because right now he does me more of a purpose in the 7th inning than he does the signature series. By the way, guys, I have a ton of packs to open up. Like, I'm not even kidding. If I go over to packs here, 28 packs, show packs, 4 ball in his abbot packs, 2 silver packs, and then let's see, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13 headliner packs, and of course a classic stadium, which I really don't care about, but I'll just give me Yankee. Give me Yankee Stadium. I don't care. I'll make him one more stub than I would have if I quick sold it. And I guess I'll open this Diamond Player Pack. Ooh! Oh man, look at that. That's a ritual. Fielding glove and cleat. Alright, I'll take the cleat for now. I want the velocity and the control. Might sell that cleat. It depends on where I am in terms of unlockables. Oh, I already completed cleats. Oh, so what the hell am I doing here? Nine, 7, 7, 5. 9, 7, 7, 5. There we go. All right. What's next? Okay, so there aren't, if I were to do the Wade Davis program, it wouldn't serve me any good in the 7th inning in terms of XP. So that is good to know. But still, let's do it. Alright, so now we're going to do the Wade Davis program. We'll go ahead and change that. So now we need to go down to evolution. Here he is. Alright, I gotta strike out 5 batters and not give up a run with Wade Davis.
Leading up for Kansas City, the second baseman.
Isn't it rather ironic that the first moment we do for Wade Davis's evolution program is in fact a game against the Kansas City Royals, since since he evolves or his diamond is on the Royals? Ah, shit. Be safe. Hey, Aiden, what's up? How you doing?
The catcher, number 13, Salvador Rivera.
There we go. Strike three. Sit down.
That is first. The shortstop, Nicky Lopez.
Strike three. Sit down.
Leading off for the Royals, the third baseman, Adalberto Mondesi.
Damn. Like.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Carlos Santana.
You know, 2 strike counts, I need the strikeout. And the fact that these guys are grounding out is only dragging this out, and it doesn't even matter anyway because this guy just blasted it. And now I lost the moment because I can't give up a run.
Leading off tonight for Kansas City, the second baseman, Whit Merrifield.
Count 1 and 2.
That doesn't help. God, I hate these cards that have like low freaking
Batting second, the left fielder,
low strikeouts per K or strikeouts per 9. It's like, come on. Strike three, sit down.
batting third, the catcher, number 13, Salvador Rivera.
I got count 1 and 2.
Strike three, sit down. Alright, so we're back to where we started. Or back to where we were.
The shortstop, Nicky.
Okay, let that go foul. Asshole. Strike three, sit down.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Adalberto Mondesi.
Well, I guess I'd rather it be with on the first pitch than
Batting sixth,
in a 2-strike count, because at least then it's not as agonizing. It still hurts, you know, trying to get the strikeout, but yet not. They're swinging first pitch. And of course I'm batting.
batting ninth,
Hold on. Yeah, I need to strike out 2 more batters.
Davis.
One's the count. Oh, two is the count.
Okay, good. Strike three, sit down. Let's go, one more. That's all I need here is one more.
All in one.
Whoop, uh-oh, there goes the cap. Alright, can these guys, like, stop swinging so that I can get this fucking strikeout? Jesus Christ. Okay, where'd that bottle cap go? Damn it, I think I lost that bottle cap. Fuck. Oh well. Well, water doesn't go bad, right? It's important to hydrate, folks. Dehydration is not a good thing, especially if all you're doing is drinking soda all day. You have that salt or that sugar or whatever that's in your mouth. It's a good idea to go ahead and get some water. Nice cool water is actually just about as delicious. Like on a nice hot day, you know, maybe you have the AC on, but it's a hot day, and you're just like, could you really use a drink? That water, it'll do wonders for you. And you won't get dehydrated. So make sure you drink some water. Ah, finally! Oh, excuse me. Okay, next up. Oh my god. I just had trouble striking out 5. You're telling me now I need to get 3 more? Oh, Christ.
Leading off tonight for the Angels, the first baseman,
Ow. Preseason basketball, Brooklyn is facing off against some team. Again, like I said, guys, I really don't care. You know, actually, that's one other sports thing I do want to address. All right, Brooklyn Nets, specifically Kyrie Irving. Okay, I never thought that there would be a situation where a team goes into a season without one of their star players. I never thought that, well, I mean, we've had situations like that, but I never thought it would happen in the Nets situation. But here we are, Kyrie Irving not being able to play any home games. Think of that. Any home games he cannot play because of New York City's mass vaccine mandate. Like, that's 41 games we're talking about right there for the Brooklyn Nets, and they're without Kyrie. I really do not, I'm really having a hard time understanding why he does not want to get the vaccine. Does he have questions about it? If he has questions about it, then let him ask. And I'm sure some medical doctor would be more than happy to answer those questions. specifically someone on the Brooklyn Nets medical staff would probably answer those questions for him. Is it a like religious exemption? First of all, what religion? All right.
The left fielder, number 10.
And second of all, like, come on, dude. Medical? What kind of allergies has he had to the vaccine, or what kind of surgeries, or what medical reason does he have to not getting the vaccine? Please, just tell us. Don't just stay quiet and say nothing. Tell us. Tell us. If we ridicule it, so be it, but at least we know what your reason is. Otherwise, you leave it to guys like me to speculate about what it could be. And honestly, what I'm speculating right now is that he doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play in the NBA. He just wants to collect his money. Like, he said he wanted to come to Brooklyn. He said he wanted to be here. He said he grew up as a Nets fan. You're giving us all the reasons for why you want to be part of this team, and yet you're telling us you don't want to play this, or you're not willing to get the vaccine, which means you're not going to be able to play in New York City, aka your home city. If that's the case, Kyrie, if that's truly what you believe, then I'm sorry, the Nets at that point, trade him. I honestly, if that's what his logic is, then a message needs to be sent to him. That you cannot be running around with an ego and claiming that you're never going to get cut, or you're never going to get traded, or whatever. Well, the Brooklyn Nets have a good chance of going to the NBA Finals, and you're not willing to play in any games for the Brooklyn Nets. So why should you be on the team if you're not willing to play? But if they were to get the NBA Finals, you'd be more than happy to get your championship ring. Doesn't he already have one of those? The drama needs to stop. Okay? Last year, he claimed that he didn't want to play, or he didn't want to play the beginning part. He wanted to sit out because he was traumatized by what happened on January 6th. Let me tell you something, guys. I had coworkers who were there that day. Kyrie Irving could not possibly suffer the same amount of trauma that my coworkers went through that day. And you know what? They had balls, and they went to work the very next day. Yes, there was no threat. There was no uncertainty. There were no rioters there. So, yeah, it was deemed safe enough for them to go to work. But for them to be surrounded by by those people, not knowing whether or not they would actually hurt them, because after all, they did assault police officers, and yet those supporters claim to be supporters of police officers, yet they assaulted Capitol Hill police officers. And I don't understand that. But that's a political issue that I'm not getting into right now. I'm sorry. I didn't buy his reasoning back then. And I'm not buying it now that it's some kind of religious or medical reason for his exemption. And to the Nets, I say, don't deal with this drama. Show Kyrie that he can go from that. If he doesn't follow it, if he doesn't want to play for the Nets, if he doesn't want to follow the rules, well, guess what? We'll ship you off somewhere Somewhere where there is not as much of a chance as he's going to end up in the NBA Finals. And then that's it. Nets can go on to win their championship, and Kyrie Irving can play anywhere. And I don't think he gets to an NBA championship. I don't think the Lakers are going to be willing to take him on. So I don't see the Lakers as a destination. I might see New Orleans pairing him up with Zion Williamson. They can make a playoff run, but will it be enough for them to overcome the Los Angeles Lakers? I just don't see it. Or maybe he goes to the Utah Jazz and pairs up with Donovan Mitchell. Again, I don't see how that possibly gets him past the the Lakers. Or maybe he goes to an Eastern Conference team. I think if you want to send an ultimate message to Kyrie Irving, I think the best way to do it, trade him to a team that's not going to be competing. Trade him somewhere where he's not, where a playoff spot is likely not is likely not going to be the expectations for that team. Just say, we could get draft picks. We could get draft picks. You could go play for that team. They'll stink no matter how well you do. And we're going to win our NBA title. So, Kyrie, if I were you, either get the vaccine or start coming up with a reason why you can't get the vaccine. And it better be a legitimate reason.
Leading up for the Padres, the left fielder, Tommy.
Because I can tell you right now that if you don't, New York or Brooklyn is going to ship you off. And believe me, you're not going to be able to compete against the likes of the Brooklyn Nets or the Los Angeles Lakers. So, wise up, Kyrie. You are not in any position of power here. The Brooklyn Nets can ultimately decide what they want to do. I mean, hell, there was speculation that the Nets were going to trade him to Philadelphia for Ben Simmons. You think Ben Simmons is going to create any problems in Brooklyn? I don't think so. And you think that there wouldn't be a mask or a vaccine mandate in Philadelphia? Kyrie, Philadelphia fans are just as passionate about basketball as any other fan base I've seen. But they are very quick to turn on you in a heartbeat. You give them a reason, and they are more than willing to do it. So, make your choice, Kyrie. As they say in basketball, the ball's in your court. You decide. You can either get the vaccine, not get it, but at least have some kind of a reason, or not get it, have no reason, and basically be hated by Brooklyn fans and possibly the organization itself. Enough to the point where they trade you to a team that isn't going to be anywhere close to an NBA Finals. If I'm Brooklyn, I'm definitely not trading him to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's like the one. Milwaukee and the Lakers are the teams that I would definitely not send him to. I mean, maybe he'll go to Clippers. I don't know.
The first baseman, Matt.
But either way, like I said, Kyrie, either get the vaccine, come up with a reason you don't have you're not getting the vaccine, or get ready to be talked about in trade rumors. Because I don't think the Brooklyn organization should put up with that kind of nonsense.
Now batting, the catcher, Will Smith.
That's down 1 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Nice. All right.
Now batting, the left fielder, John Carlo.
I'd be surprised if there's no moments that include for Wade Davis that include the 2015 World Series. There has to be a 2015 World Series moment for him. Hold on. Yeah, gotta restart.
Now batting, left fielder, John Carlo. Benton.
Of course, they're gonna make me go up against Giancarlo. Nope. Restart.
Now batting, left fielder, John Carlo. Benton.
Yeah, I blew that. What now?
The batter, the left fielder, John Carlo. Denton.
0-1 the count.
Oh, he was swinging for the fences on that one. You can tell by the small PCI. Strike 3, sit down. So there's 1, but I need 2.
First baseman.
And of course I gotta go up against Anthony Rizzo to do it. Strike 3, sit down. Oh, it's not, let's see, 2 innings, pitch 2 innings, strike out 3 batters. All right. Well, hopefully I can find that cap soon, because I just finished off that bottle.
Leading off for the Giants.
Wow, I'm kind of shocked that they didn't include anything from 2015. Was Wade Davis not on the team in 2015? I thought he was, but maybe they didn't. Oh my God, ESPN. What? Monday Night Football? Yeah, Colts versus Ravens. I'm sorry, but I'm putting my money on the Ravens there.
0-1 the count.
Wow, wow.
Ball two.
That should have been strike 3 right there. You blew it. You absolutely blew it. Strike 3, sit down.
The first baseman, number 9, Brandon Bell.
That's a ball. Count is 1 and 2.
Strike 3, sit down. So I just need one more inning, correct? Yep, one more inning, can't give up a run.
The catcher, number 28, Buster
Off the plate, ball 1. 1 and 1.
Okay. You know, I wish they would give like the ball indicator for moments like these for pitch when you're player locked as the pitcher, because I feel like that then you can see whether or not it's going to be caught. Ooh, that was rather nasty. Yeah, Wade Davis.
0-1 to count. Back to count 0 and 2.
Strike 3, sit down. Come on, let's get one more. One more and we are done.
Count 1 and 1.
Well, with the moments, that is. I would still have to win. I'm sure I'd have to win a game with Wade Davis or get some strikeouts or whatever. Sure, I'll have to do it. But at least the moments get out of the way. Alright, what's next in the Wade Davis evolution program? Stage 2. Strikeouts with Royals. Saves with Royals, strikeouts with... Oh, it's strikeouts with Davis. Okay. And 2 saves with a closing pitcher. Okay, I can do the 2 saves. That's not difficult. Because I know exactly where to go to get that. So let me just do the strikeouts with Wade Davis first. So let me do that because that's going to be the hardest thing to do. He's a bronze from what I remember. There he is. Okay, so yeah, let's go up against the Baltimore Orioles. Now this really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what I do here. It just, all that matters is that I get the 5 strikeouts. So my team could literally blast home runs in each of their at-bats. It would not matter.
Leading off for Long Island, the shortstop, Trey.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be first pitch swinging. I don't care where it is. Just get it, put it in play, and either get out or get a base hit.
Batting third, the center fielder, number 31.
Nope, double play. All right, that's fine. Fine with me.
Leading off for the Orioles, the second baseman, Ramon.
I hope for the Yadier Molina evolution program that I don't have to do like that the bronze thing. I hope I don't have to hit home runs. If I have to hit home runs with that shit, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do that. I don't care if I'm playing in Citi Field or not Citi Field, Coors Field. I probably should have dropped that.
Batting third, the center fielder, number 31.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted him to catch that anyway. Come on. Guess I have to catch this.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, Ryan Mountcastle.
We'll see what happens with Yadier Molina, but clearly I am nowhere close to getting Yadier. Yadier will likely be unlocked on Thursday if I were to do the daily moments. But by Thursday, the 8th inning program is going to be out.
Leading off for the Lions, the left fielder, Chipper Jones.
Like I said, I don't care how my batters do. I'm just worried about Wade Davis.
The first baseman,
Get the strikeouts with him, and then I'm done.
batting sixth, the catcher, JT Realmuto.
Okay, thank you, JT.
Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 99, Aaron.
Oh, damn, Aaron Judge. All right.
Batting in, the third baseman, number 3, Evan Longoria.
Come on, Wade Davis. Let's get these strikeouts.
Leading off for the Orioles, the right fielder, Anthony Santander.
Ball that time. Ball that time. Hey. That's down 2-2. Hey.
Strike 3, sit down.
Batting sixth, the shortstop,
Nope.
Pat
That's inside.
Valaika.
1-1.
Oh, fine. Fine. I figured that wasn't going to be a strike, but damn, that was close. Strike 3, sit down. Let's go. One more.
Batting seventh,
One more Wade Davis, and we're done.
Pedro
0-1 for count.
Severino.
Ball. Got a ball, 1 strike. Hey.
Strike 3, sit down. Is that 5? Please tell me that is 5. Wade Davis, that is 5. I am done. Adios. Well, I'm done with the moment. I still gotta do, you know what? I think that's the last AL East, diamond that I can earn. Yeah, that's it. I've done it all. Alright, well, I think there's only one left that I haven't gotten, and I'm ignoring all these packs for right now, and that's David Price. So welcome to the squad, David Price. I promise you guys that once I'm done with the, once I'm done with this, then I will go ahead and I will, once I'm done with this, then I'll go ahead and put, I forgot what I was saying. Once I'm done with this, I'll open those packs. I'm sorry. Had to think about that for a second. Whoop! Alright, so we just gotta do this, and I'll... Oh, I need to restart this. Excuse me. Yep, we're going to go ahead and play this game. Really doesn't matter. All I just need from this is one run. That's all I need, and I'm bunting the rest of the way. I don't even care. I'm just bunting. But all I need is one run. So the sooner I get this one run, the sooner this can be over. There we go. Trey Turner's going to do it for me.
Batting second, the second baseman, Adam. Batting third, the center fielder, number 31.
And if they also score a run, if they score a run against me, then I'll get back to being serious. But for the most part, considering that this is on rookie, I don't expect them to come back.
Leading up for the Rockies, the center fielder, Jonathan.
There we go.
Batting second, the shortstop, number 1.
No, that's down. That's now 1 and 2. Ball. 2-2 now.
Strike 3, sit down. Of course, I'm going to go hard with Roy Oswalt. Of course I'm going to do that. I want him to get his strikeouts, his innings, whatever. I'm still trying to work on the AL West. Strike 3, sit down. Alright, back to bunting. Again, The whole idea behind this bunting is just not trying to score any more runs. Because I can't be in a save situation if I score more than 4 runs. So my advice is just as soon as you get this 1 run, bunt. There's nothing more you need to do. Get the 1 run. And that's it. Bunt. The game goes by quicker. Just keep in mind that there's always that chance that the team is going to end up getting a few knocks against you. Yep, that's all I needed.
Leading up for the Rockies, the second baseman, Rondon Rogers. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
Count is 1 and 2.
Strike 3, sit down.
Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 9.
No ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, count.
God damn it. Strike 3, sit down. Alright, let's get... Let's get Rivera up and warming.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitter,
Mr. J-Rod, what's up? How you doing tonight, man? We're just doing a little conquest in order to finish up on the Wade Davis program. So if I get the saves, you know, then we get Wade Davis. So
ladies and gentlemen,
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Now, Mariano.
Like I said, just playing some conquest here to get the saves so that I can get the Wade Davis program done.
The right fielder, Charlie.
We're almost done with it. The 2 saves are literally the last thing I need to do in order to get Wade Davis. Strike 3, sit down.
Batting eighth, the catcher, Alvarez.
So do you also play MLB The Show 21, J-Rod? I can't even see. All right, a slider. Calling for a slider. Strike 3, sit down.
Number 15.
Yes, sir. Nice. What's your Diamond Dynasty team look like? Or do you not play Diamond Dynasty? Come on. Let's get him here right now, Mariano. Strike 3, sit down. All right, so that's one safe down. One more to go. I do. It's all 99. Yeah. Well, who do you have, or what's your lineup look like? I'll show off mine once I'm done here. I need to get or you can kind of get an idea. Like you see I have Shohei Ohtani, Jacob deGrom, Cliff Lee, Trevor Rogers, Roy Oswalt. Well, the fifth spot in my rotation is mainly interchangeable. I'm just working on trying to get Oswalt up to a 99 or super factored or whatever. And then you can see I have Trey Turner, Adam Frazier, Cedric Mullins. By the way, these cards are the All-Star cards. So I'm still using the All-Star cards because that Trey Turner card is amazing, and so is the Cedric Mullins card. Chipper, that's obviously the collection reward. Pete Alonso is the Home Run Derby card. JT Realmuto is the All-Star card. Same thing with Aaron Judge. Evan Longoria is his signature series, and then Roy Oswalt is from Team Affinity 2. You got Trout, Parallel 5, nice. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Vladimir Guerrero. Okay. So I'm guessing Trout and Guerrero Sr. are your outfield. Which Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is it? Is it the monthly awards one, or is that the one from the All-Star game? The one that's the 99 overall. That apparently is very difficult to find because I haven't been able to find him. Attaboy, Cedric. That's why this Cedric card is so good. I can hit a ton of home runs with it. For as quick as he is, he's also got a lot of pop in his bat. All-Star game. Okay, that's cool, man. Yeah, that card, I tell you what, I've opened a ton of All-Star packs and everything. I've not been able to find him. I've not pulled him. Him or Freddie Peralta. I have all the other cards, but I don't have Peralta or Guerrero Jr. That Pete Alonso card, I got lucky with that. Strike 3, sit down.
Batting second, the shortstop, number 1.
That would have been amazing if Realmuto had caught it. The only problem with the Mullins card is that it's got a noodle arm. You know, it doesn't throw well from the outfield, which is a shame. Thank you for the follow as well, man. I appreciate that. Shit. Got him! Strikeout, throw out, double play. Let's go. Let me get Mariano Rivera up and warming. Again, the only reason I'm bunting with my players is because I don't want to add any more runs. As soon as I get to 4 runs, that's when the save opportunity goes out the window. So, alright, thanks for popping in, and thank you for the follow. I hope to see you again soon sometime, man. You have a good night. Let's go. Just throw me out and let's go. I got packs to open up here. Show packs, Ball in his Abbott packs, headliner packs, the whole enchilada.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And be sure, and next time you come in here, you know, let me know what your lineup looks like. I know you told me 3 of your players, but I'd be interested to see what the other 6 are.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 9.
Ah, shit. Alright, no big deal, no big deal.
Batting seventh, the right fielder, Charlie Blackman.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, sit down. Alright, let's get Mariano Rivera scheduled to be put in the game.
Your attention, please.
Oh, let's see. Just my sister text messaging. She recently just ran the Chicago Marathon yesterday. Obviously, today was the Boston Marathon. She's done the Berlin Marathon. I believe she's also she's done the Berlin Marathon. I know for a fact that she did the New York City Marathon because my family and I we stood right by the finish line just outside of Central Park. We were right across from Trump Tower, actually. So we stood there and just waited for her to cross by us and finish up the marathon. So, all very proud of her. We're all very proud of her for being able to do that. I can tell you that I can't do it. Mostly because I'm overweight, but also because I have a back issue that really prevents, or I can't really, with my back, I can't really run for a long distance. I mean, we're talking about 26.1 miles for a marathon. That's like unbelievable. That's basically almost from my house to New York City. Might actually be just at the Lincoln Tunnel, which is incredible. you think about it. If anyone can run that far. But yet she did it in Chicago, she did it in New York City, and Berlin, so she's looking to do all 6. I don't know when she plans on doing the Boston Marathon. I'm sure she's going to have to do that at some point. And those are the saves. We got 5 additional ball in his habit packs and Wade Davis. So we are done with that. We no longer need to do that. So let me go to collections. Let me lock them in to the Pride here. Now all I'm missing is Duke Snyder. I get Duke. And I'll have the voucher for Prime, which will put me at 12 out of 13, which would mean that either I need to get get 1 more future stars, keep building up on milestones. I need 4 more of those. I also need some second half heroes, although I don't know where I'm going to get those. Looks like I could get Severino from the Run It Back program. Yep. Eugenio Suarez. So that's 2 right there from the Run It Back program that I can get. Edwin Encarnacion. All right, so make that 3, which basically puts me 1 short. Can't be Greg Holland. No, not Holland. John's... What? Either way, I think I'm going to have to... I would have to buy 1 more. But also keep in mind that I need 3 more award series players, and I still got to get George Brett, Vinny Castillo, Frank Thomas, and then future stars. I mentioned that, so literally, I don't. There's no pressure on me to do the second half heroes when I know I could do milestone, prime, awards, and future stars and get them all out of the way. All right. So what do you say, to close out this stream, why don't we open up some packs? So, yeah, sorry. Okay, so as you guys can see, we have 32 show packs to go through. We have 9 ball in his habit packs, 2 silver packs, and then this is 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 13 headliner packs. We have a shit ton to open up here. So we're just going to go first for the silver packs because they don't matter. I should have quick sold that Aaron Hicks one as well. But whatever. Alright. Let's see. Can we pull any diamonds with the show packs? Just late, be great. Yep. We got 31 or 30 to go after this. Quick sell that. Not even gonna waste my time. I gotta sell some of these, by the way. I have so many of these player cards and everything that are here that I need to get rid of them. You know, there's so many subs that I'm wasting right now, sitting in my inventory, doing nothing for me at the moment. Come on, where are them diamonds? Where are them diamonds? Well, show packs are usually hard to get diamonds in. If I pulled a diamond out of a show pack, it's very rare that's happened this year. I've had more luck in Ballin' is a Habit packs and Team Affinity packs and freaking headliner packs than I have for show packs. I mean, I'm getting some golds, which is a good sign. And all this is helping towards Billy Wagner. Like, I want you guys to understand that all these cards that I'm collecting and eventually going to sell, this is all pushing towards Billy Wagner. Because I recognize at this point there's no way that I'm getting him via ranked seasons. I'm sorry, I just stink way too much to even give it a shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a buy order for him. It'll likely, this is exactly why I save up so many of my stubs, because of guys like that I know are probably going for 1 million stubs right now. Oh, I didn't mean to quick sell that. Oh well. $15 show packs left, and I have not pulled I pulled a Diamond Stadium. A Sportsman's Park. That's been the only diamond I've pulled so far. No, I'm not doing that. Just quick sell it all. Well, other than this guy. And I probably shouldn't have quick sold that guy either, but I was not thinking or paying attention. Okay, there's a gold, Chapman. Another gold, Aaron Nola, guy that I have not touched since the beginning of this game. If you guys remember, Nola was one of my best pitchers. He was like one of the first diamonds I ever pulled. And now all of a sudden I'm not even using him. But I mean, that's the way that this game goes. You start out with some diamonds at the beginning, and by the time that all is said and done at the end of the game, you don't even use them. Because you've got 99 overalls. That was just an entire quick sell pack. I wish they would give us the option to go ahead and select multiple cards so that we can just like quick sell them. You know, kind of like what they do in Madden. You know, they allow you to multi-select, and then you just select the ones that you want to quick sell. Come on, where are them diamonds? I'm down to 3, and the only diamond that I have pulled thus far, if you can ignore that little ding there, sorry about that, that's my computer. But the only diamond that I pulled has been a stadium. Man, no luck. At least I'm building up my stub count by quick selling a lot of these cards. And we get nothing. So, once again, I have been literally saying this all year. Don't even waste your time on the show packs. I'm buying them. Don't even bother. Because the reality is they don't offer anything that's valuable in return. Just go earn them through conquests and everything. and do it that way. Don't even waste your stubs. Just save it on whatever diamonds you want to get. You want to get Mike Trout? Save it. You want to get Jacob deGrom or Ronald Acuna Jr. or whoever? Save it. Don't even waste your time trying to pull these out of show packs because they're not happening. Buy the headliner packs. The headliner packs give you the best odds with a 1 in 10 chance. Those headliner packs, yes, they can be frustrating, but believe me, a 1 in 10 chance is better than a 1 in 50 chance. So far, I'm not getting anything out of my ball in his habit packs, but I mean, I really don't expect to. I only expect to get golds. There we go, Lindor, so I quick sell that, keep that, quick sell that, keep that. Oh, there we go, well, there's a diamond. Got a diamond, it's a purple diamond, which suggests it's a high 80 overall. Woodruff? Yeah, Woodruff. Alright, Woodruff it is. There's my diamond pull. It's Brendan Woodruff. So I am gonna go to my collections real quick. Yeah, you can see I have like a ton of diamond or golds to quick sell and get them out, and they're all just stubs that are wasting away in my inventory. I have to sell them. I know I do. Alright, let's see. Nope, we're going to end this on another gold. Or we're going to end the show packs. Or Ball in his habit packs, sorry. Ball in his habit packs on a gold. So now we get to the headliner packs. These are the ones that are going to get me, that give me a 1 in 10 chance of getting a diamond. So let's see if we have any luck. Not in this pack, which is most unfortunate. Alright, this one could get C.J. Abrams. I mean, I really don't want that card, truth be told, because I don't need prospects. I'm done with the prospects. Alright, this one could get me Tim Salmon. I don't believe I need him. But any diamond, honestly, would be good. Quick sell a diamond for 230. I'm sorry, but if you're stupid enough to fall for that, you deserve that. That's like ridiculous. You need to watch sometimes. You gotta be careful if it's the quick sell thing that you're trying to get or if it's the sell now price, because they can change. Alright, Adam Wainwright, that would be doesn't matter. Didn't even get him. Jared Eichhoff. I probably told this story a couple times already, but I was at the game where Eichhoff was pitching for the Mets against the Atlanta Braves, and the Braves absolutely destroyed him. I mean, thank God we went to the game for free, because I don't think we would that would have been worth our money to go see that game. All right. Come on, we got a couple more here. Silvers. Come on, headliner packs. You're making me look bad. I told my guys these were the best packs to pull diamonds, and so far I've not pulled a diamond except in a ball in his habit pack. So I need some luck here. Ken Griffey Jr. would be a great addition. They're not going to give me Griffey. No. See? You also have to be wary of the tax. Just because it sells just because it looks like it sells more than the quick sell, it doesn't mean you make that profit. It just means that that's you gotta remember the tax. Like here, Tony Watson, I'll sell now that because that's worth more than what I would for a quick sell. Come on, last headliner packs. Am I getting a diamond? No, I'm not. I'm getting gold. Yadier Molina. So just be mindful of that there's a tax, a 10% tax that you have to be mindful of. All right, guys, I think that's a good place to go ahead and end off the episode. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, even if it was only for a moment. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a very happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. That way you know when I post videos like this. And if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on Twitter at JeffreyWarner3. I have that has the link to my Twitter or to my Twitch page. So if you're on YouTube, you can follow me there. Click on the link, and then you can come right here to Twitch and follow me here on Twitch. Sorry, it gets out of a habit. I have to get myself out of a habit of saying, follow me on Twitter, because at this point, I don't tweet anymore. I don't tweet whenever I go live. I'm just done with it because the only people that ended up reacting to my tweets are people who are designing emotes, and I'm not interested in emotes right now. But you can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start up a stream. Overall, I'm very happy with the progress today. We got John Smoltz done. We got Wade Davis done. And now it's just a matter of finishing up on the 7th inning program. We only have a couple days left. So I still need to do the showdown. I need to get the Run It Back program done and over with, because I got to get Jared Kalenic towards the XP. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe there'll be something new, but we'll see what happens. So I hope to see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a great night, guys.